That's it. That's the intro. Guys, tonight I've got something very special for y'all. Y'all have been begging me to check out this series called Vita Carnis. It's like a new analog horror series that y'all told me to go into completely blind. So I can't say anything, but we're gonna watch it. Check my hand. So we're gonna be watching 2 of the episodes tonight. The first one is called Vita Carnis Living Meat Research Documentary. And the second one is Vita Carnis Mimic Defense Instructional Tape. Y'all know I need that. Warning, this video talks about and shows imagery of graphic content like gore, violence, and death. And flashing lights, the scariest of them all. Classified material, federal law, blah, 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 blah. We don't give up. Come on now. Federal law, come get me!
On planet Earth, life has thrived for millions of years. Creatures big and small have found ways to adapt and evolve to flourish in all types of environments.
That's true. This is interesting so
From
far.
barren wastes to lush forests, life can be found.
I hate
Earth
those
has
things.
owned these
Meerkats.
creatures since the dawn of life itself.
Yeah.
Only until very recently, things have changed. New life forms have appeared all around the globe and completely changing the balance of nature and what we know about evolution itself.
Okay.
That is why we, at National Living Meat Research, have been studying these new species, trying to help educate everyone about these creatures and their wondrous ways of life.
Okay. So I'm kind of
First,
seeing
what are these new life forms?
what the series is going to be about.
Since their explosive arrival across the globe in 1931, there has been much debate on what these newcomers are.
Nah, hold on. These bitches were created in a lab. Look at that. They were non-existent until 1930 and then shwoom. I'm not buying it.
And where they came from.
I'm not
Are
buying it.
they extraterrestrials coming to invade Earth?
No.
Or are they demons who come from hell to purge humanity? From what our scientists have discovered, no. The origins of these creatures are solely to Earth, miraculously out of nowhere. We don't know why or how, but one thing is for certain, Earth is now their home. What these creatures are is mysterious and still not well known today.
They look like little
But
bed
here's
bugs.
what we do know.
Yeah?
These creatures are comprised mainly of muscle tissue, organs, and bones. They greatly resemble animals with no skin, or store-bought meat. Because of these characteristics, they have been named accordingly as Vita Carnis.
Okay, so that's
The
where
Carnis
that comes
species
from.
consume decaying, organic matter, but
Yes,
their main
Penelope.
diet is composed of raw meat, not including their Carnis relatives. The Carnis only appear in places where there is an abundance of crawl, which leads to the first creature of the Carnis species, the crawl.
The crawl.
The crawl is a growth of meaty tendrils that closely resemble the small intestine, the only difference being the dark red coloration. These tendrils grow in a similar pattern as vines, mold, or fungi.
Yeah, so what I'm getting from this, that reminds me of the thing from those tendrils from Monument Mythos. Y'all remember that? That's the vibe I'm getting from that so far.
A primary stem structure is the host to divisions of other, smaller branches. And each tendril contains a variety of veins, arteries, and other similar organs used
looks
to
like- it looks like
transport
the
nutrients
nervous
absorbed
system.
from its surroundings. The ends of these tendrils are equipped with organelles used to absorb water and organic matter necessary for growth. The source of these organic materials is mainly found in dirt and soil on surrounding surfaces. Using its root-like tendrils, it absorbs the material and processes it into usable energy. Although, the crawl also obtains energy through another means.
Lightning? Sorry.
Using a sophisticated form of photosynthesis. The dark pigmentation of the smaller branches is ideal for absorbing sunlight, and therefore allowing solar energy to fuel the crawl's growth. Because of its efficiency, it thrives in almost all types of environments, easily allowing it to spread across the world, and can be found pretty much anywhere.
Well, that's
Its
not
recent
good.
inclusion in the ecosystem has caused many major
Look.
changes in nature's balance.
Yeah?
One may assume that the crawl's presence may outcompete any other competitors, but due to its unique life cycle, where old branches fall off and decay into nutrient-rich compost, all forms of life seemingly flourish instead. The crawl's abundance grants plenty of nourishment to all animals, from plants feeding on the decayed crawl, herbivores thriving on increased plant population,
Well,
and
that's
carnivores
good.
feeding on both the abundant prey
It
and
sounds
are
like
able to eat the crawl as well.
It sounds like a positive so
The
far.
presence of all these animals
Right?
leave behind waste, which will be broken down and consumed by the crawl, and the cycle begins again.
Okay.
This form of symbiosis leads to an environment where all populations thrive.
I'm not hating on
Humanity
it.
also uses the crawl to our advantage.
Yeah.
Because of the supernatural rate of growth and its richness
Hey, who
in
is
nutrients,
that?
it has been sustainably cultivated into domestic farms.
Yeah.
The crawl is harvested and processed into fertilizer, which greatly increases crop yield and quality. The crawl may also be used as a food source for humans, and
That's not no damn human. Have y'all ever seen an arm to leg ratio like that? Pro basketball players? I've never seen that in my life. Look, he could touch his kneecaps without bending down. What kind of shit?
reliably so. But due to its unkindly appearance and taste, it has yet to reach cuisine standards.
We don't have to eat
The
everything,
crawl
guys.
also plays a very important role in the next creatures that we have been studying. Sometimes, in a crawl-populated environment, a node of meat may develop on one of the branches. This node will fall off and grow into a functioning organism, and go to live on as an independent animal.
Okay, I don't like that.
This leads us to the upcoming species that we will be discussing. The first of these creatures are the trimmings.
The
The
trimming.
trimmings.
Hold on, what was that? Y'all can't just no. Once upon a time, blah blah blah. There was a distant kingdom. The kingdom can't read the rest of that. Okay, looks like a daddy, a mommy, and a little something like that. What does that have to do with any of this, though?
The trimmings. Trimmings are small animals that resemble skin.
Ow! Sorry to keep pausing it. But look, what the fuck? 70%, 77% muscle and fat. Ew. Is that what that bitch actually looks like? I'm done with it.
And raccoons. They are commonly known to have a plump body, round head, small eyes, nose and ear holes, and an agape mouth. They are also equipped with a diversity of limbs. All individual trimmings are unique, each with a different body shape, number of limbs, and other characteristics. One thing they all share in common is that they are made mostly of meat tissue, and are a maximum of 20 centimeters in length.
So can
no
we eat
larger
'em?
than a basketball.
Yeah. I knew
Its
they were
life starts
basketball
with its
players.
Separation from the crawl. It will wonder to find anything that is edible and able to consume. Although it is an omnivore, being able to hunt meat and forage for plant matter, trimmings are almost entirely scavengers. Their diet consists of rotting plants and meat, including, but not limited to, fruits, vegetables, roots, seeds, insects, and deceased animals.
Hopefully not humans.
Although its appearance
That's where
is
shit gets
unsightly,
tricky.
it is a cowardly creature, only fleeing, screeching, and hiding when threatened.
Good.
Because of its lack of defensive traits, it lies near the bottom of the food chain, making it easily overpowered and picked off very regularly by predators. Naturally, its population would eventually die out, but this is not the case.
Because they
The
keep
crawl
making them,
constantly
bruh.
produces a large quantity of trimming nodes, keeping up their numbers.
Yeah.
Naturally, trimmings can be found wherever there is abundant crawl.
So everywhere.
Trimmings grow at a decent pace, reaching maturity at around 7 months, having a maximum lifespan of 2 to 4 years.
That's not good.
Although they are plentiful, humanity has no proper way to implement trimmings into society. Their overabundance has even considered them pests.
Wait a minute, y'all. These bitches get huge. Is that an eyeball on one of the... Oh, that's the mouth. Y'all, imagine seeing that in your fucking attic. I'm being dead serious right now. Y'all got me
Due to
fucked
them
up
digging
already.
through trash bins and making excessive noise at night.
Like little raccoons.
Besides all of this, some people still keep trimmings as pets, and relatively domesticate them.
They're
Nuisance
fucking
or not,
crazy.
Trimmings are a wondrous creature. From their plentiful numbers, to their skittish nature, they are truly a thing to behold.
Bitch, I'm
The
not
next
holding
species
that.
on our list is the meat snake.
The meat snake! Wait a minute. Hold on, y'all. My mind's racing. Meat snake? What you mean by that? During the travels on a great storm, it was so powerful it swayed the boat. Oh. Wait, so it's like a continuing story. So there was a kingdom and a king and a queen, and then they went traveling. Who was that in the water? I'm going to go ahead and guess that's the sun.
The
R.I.P.,
meat
man.
snake. The meat snake is a worm-like creature, made of a variety of types of meat, coated in a transparent, skin-like membrane.
I'm not
Its
gonna be able
size
to.
varies during its lifespan, depending on how much it consumes. When it first separates from the crawl, it is only a few centimeters in length. Eventually, it will reach an average length of 5 meters. Although,
16
under extreme
feet?
conditions, like natural disasters, war, or plague, it can greatly surpass this length.
Hold on, here we go again. That's the biggest meat snake I've ever seen, y'all. And I've been on some website. Stop! Meat snake ever discovered during an underground settlements. 40 meters? How many feet is that, y'all? We got a mathematician in the comments. Cult activity.
Surpass this length.
Don't tell me there's a meat
The
snake
meat
cult.
snake's diet consists entirely of dead animals or parts. A meat snake is incapable of consuming a healthy, living organism.
Okay.
The meat snake allocates its food by using a tongue-like organ covered in sensors to touch and feel its environment. The sensors catch particles of decaying meat, notifying the meat snake that there is food nearby.
So is it
This
blind?
process shares many similarities to regular snakes, hence the meat snake's name.
Uh-huh.
Once it locates the corpse, the meat snake will open its jaw and swallow the entire body whole. Once the entire body is consumed, the meat snake's stomach will release a variety of chemicals. Some will break down soft tissue like skin, and the connection points between muscles. Others chemicals will then ferment and preserve the tissue to keep it from breaking down for as long as possible. After that, the remaining flesh and bones will move along the meat snake's tract, and slowly be implemented into its own structure, extending the meat snake.
Okay.
Unsatisfactory parts like skulls, pelvises, hair,
That's a
and
little
fingernails
much.
will be excreted.
Okay. That's good.
Speaking of skulls, the meat snake will take the skull from the consumed organism and use it as its own. Each meat snake has its own skull.
Okay, so what? So that meat snake ate a dolphin, is what I'm guessing. That one ate, what is that? A rhinoceros? And then, did that one eat a fucking human? Or a monkey? We need to figure that shit out ASAP. That looks like a human jaw to me, y'all.
Each corresponding to what that one has consumed. During its lifespan, it will swap or replace these skulls if needed. A meat snake's lifespan depends entirely on how much a meat snake consumes. The longest one has lived for was 28 years. The meat snake
That's older
has
than
no
I'm gonna
predators
make
and
it.
is immune to disease due to its preserving chemicals. The only significant ways a meat snake can die is through starvation, burning, or complete destruction of the meat snake's membrane coating.
Okay.
Interestingly, the meat snake is the only member of the Carnis family that is able to reproduce. When a meat snake reaches an excessive size
I do not
and
wanna-
is in the conditions to do so, it will commence mitosis, splitting itself in two. Then the now two meat snakes will go on their separate ways and live on as two distinct organisms. Meat snakes can only be found in moderate temperature climates, not too hot, not too cold.
Great, they're in Florida.
Their population depends entirely on the amount of corpses available.
Yeah.
Where there is death, there are meat snakes. Humanity will use them to our advantage.
Ow.
Meat snakes are a very efficient and clean way of disposing of any meat products. The preserving fluid within the meat snake's body disinfects the carrion, preventing the spread of disease.
So they
Humans
can't
use
get
meat
sick?
snakes in butcher shops as a waste bin, dispose roadkill, within war on the battlefield to dispose of festering bodies and parts, and within zoos to dispose of deceased animals. They are extremely tame, not caring if any creature is around them, only acting defensively when it is within consuming a meal.
Yeah.
This means they are very easy to tame.
That's kind of cool.
Overall, meat snakes are a marvelous creature with a very interesting way of sustaining itself.
Uh-huh.
It is an amazing experience to encounter one, as long as you don't mind the smell.
I kind of want a meat snake.
Our next creature is
Not gonna
the
lie.
mimic.
The mimic?
The mimic.
No. Okay, hold up. Pause it again. This is page 3. After being stranded at sea, the young prince, I knew it was the prince, eventually stumbled onto an island into a nearby cave. The prince used what magic he could to put himself into a healing sleep. Okay, I'm not too sure if this like little side story is gonna mean anything, but it's cool to stop and read.
The mimic is a bipedal creature with uncanny similarities to humanoid anatomy. They greatly resemble humans without skin, with added exaggerated features. These features include extended finger length, longer limbs, bulging, empty eyes, and their most prominent feature, a wide, teeth-filled smile. Although it resembles a happy face, this is due to coincidence, and is only how their facial structure is shaped.
Okay.
The maw of the mimic contains much more teeth than humans, and their teeth is comprised almost entirely of incisors, with some canine and premolars in the back. This tooth composition is ideal for biting down onto meat and swallowing chunks whole.
Okay. Trucks?
The mimic's diet is comprised entirely of human flesh.
Did he say they swallow trucks whole? Or did he say chunks? Guys, I'm not good at listening. Tell me what they eat.
Because of this, they are found solely around human-populated areas. The mimic's life cycle is made of 3 stages. In the first stage, a young mimic separates from the crawl. They closely resemble their trimming relatives, but are thin, sleek, and only have 4 appendages. In this stage, the young mimic will hunt small animals, moving on to larger and larger as they grow. Once large enough, it will begin metamorphosis into the next stage of life. Once fully transformed, it will resemble the description mentioned in the beginning.
Okay, wait.
Its hunting style changes and becomes much more...
Mimic locked inside a home after the owner escaped. Look at that. But wait a minute. What is the 3rd evolution stage for this thing?
Complicated. It now stalks and feeds only on humans. It will locate human-populated area and begin its search for an easy target. To blend in, it may use objects to conceal itself. These include clothing, mannequins, and furniture.
Hiding in the couch?
Once a target has been found, the mimic will observe its prey and learn its routine and when it is most
so they
vulnerable.
eat people.
This is typically when the human is asleep at night.
Great, dude.
Once the prey is within position, the mimic will advance silently until it is close enough. The mimic will then execute and immediately begin consumption.
Alright.
Once the mimic has had its fill, it will leave the scene, a fair distance away from the human population, and begin to digest its meal. Although, in the case that a human is awake, a mimic will use a variety of sounds to either lure or startle prey into cornering themselves.
Yo, gotta stop!
Once a human is in place, it will swiftly attack and kill the helpless target.
What the fuck? I was not expecting real life. Calm down now, y'all. Calm down. Wait a minute. Chill. Alright, chill. Excuse me. I don't have a lot of meat on my bones, man. Like, you'd be better off going to some dude lives down by McDonald's, maybe breaking into his house. Because, listen, I'm really not the meatiest gentleman. So you can go eat your fill somewhere fucking else. Got that? Go eat fill. Get it? Stop. Yo! This shit's kind of blowing me away right now. Oh! No! 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 No!
The next stage of the mimic's life cycle has...
I don't even want to hear it. Guys, that was probably one of the creepiest shits I've seen in an analog series in about a fucking year, man. That's... Guys, I can't keep him... I can't, but I have to.
Potential morphs it may develop into. If a mimic has a consistent supply of food, it will develop more human-like features. It will grow skin, hair, and by the end will look nearly identical to a human being.
Great. I knew there was something off about that chart. Maybe the arms are a little longer. Is that their one flaw?
It now can blend entirely into civilization and lure other humans more effectively.
Now I can't trust
The
my own
second
fucking
type
family.
of morph happens when a mimic receives an overabundance of food. It will grow into a larger, more evolved hunter. Its proportions will increase in length, and its humanoid features will fade away. It grows a thick, dark coating of a flexible skin, which is highly durable, and increases in strength the more the elder mimic consumes. This excludes the face, which is now coated in a pale pink skin.
I didn't even see him.
The mimic's teeth have also moved deeper into the mimic's throat, leaving its mouth a toothless grin. It uses the dark hue of its skin to hide seamlessly within a dark environment. Its skills have also been heightened. This makes an elder mimic one of the most efficient predators on the planet.
Good for them.
Because of the obvious threat this poses on humanity, nations around the world have released instructions on how to be able to fend for yourself in a mimic encounter. Here are the instructions.
1. Avoid going out alone if your location is known to have mimics, or there have been mimic sightings.
No
2.
shit.
If you encounter a stationary mimic, seemingly unfazed by your presence, quietly leave the location and alert your local authorities. 3. If pursued by a mimic, get yourself into a position where you are able to flee. Mimics will rarely attack if a person has a clear escape route. 4. In the event that you have been cornered by a mimic, roll into the fetal position, protecting your neck, face, and vital organs from attack.
And start
Make
praying.
as much noise as you can to alert any other people. 5. If you have a weapon, do not use it. A mimic is fairly resilient, and any strikes or shots on a mimic is not effective enough to bring it down in time. Instead, use it as a barrier between you and the mimic to block any attacks. 6.
Okay.
In a situation where a mimic is hunting in the immediate area, and is not aware of your position, hide somewhere low, like under a bed or behind other furniture. A mimic will not linger too long to search for prey,
But
and
that's-
will move on.
No, these bitches can definitely smell, right? If their senses have all been heightened after they transform and shit, he can smell your ass behind that couch. I'm not buying that. I'm
Be
not.
safe, and avoid any encounters with a mimic at all costs. Next up, the Harvester.
Great, here comes another page. I almost got it. I almost paused on the page, y'all. Let's see. But the prince's sleep was so long, he slept for what seemed like forever. As he slept, the land around him changed and grew. It was unrecognizable from when the prince first arrived. This bitch slept a millennium. But the sleep still needed time to heal the prince. Much more time, but it kept the prince safe while he rested, guarding him from the elements as the land changed. Okay, so we're going through like all four seasons there. What is that? Winter. What comes after winter? Spring, summer, fall.
The Harvester.
Okay, all right, let's hear it.
The
Fuck, dude.
Harvester is a large, bulbous mass, with a large amount of tendrils spreading from the base.
Uh-huh.
The bulb measures around 3 meters in height and 2 meters in diameter. The tendrils, on the other hand, can extend up to 150 meters in diameter horizontally.
500 feet!
The Harvester is a specialized form of crawl that grows in a unique and deadly way. A harvester is created when a node, that will grow into a harvester, instead of separating, continues to grow. Eventually, it will grow tendrils of its own.
I
It
see.
uses the energy provided by its mother branch and expands its
Kinda
reach
reminds me of a
further.
fucking
Its
Yoshi egg.
tendrils, hidden just below the surface of the ground. The harvester is equipped with 2 types of specialized tendrils. The first type is bulky and flat. They lie the closest to the surface. These branches are lined on each length of the tendril with spines.
Imagine sitting down
extending
on
in
that.
the shape of a bear trap. On each side of the branch, those particular spines have a vein that feed into them, that pump 2 types of venom. On one side, the spines can inject a neurotoxin, which will attack the nervous system of whomever it is injected into. causing sudden paralysis.
These bitches got paralyzing Dude, you can't win. Like, this,
The other side can inject an anticoagulant, which when injected, prevents blood cells from clotting. Whenever a large animal moves across the area armed with these tendrils, the branches will clamp onto the animal and thrash violently. Once the prey has been injected with both venoms, the tendrils will rest and the prey will immediately collapse. The animal will be unable to move due to the paralysis, and the wounds caused by the thrashing spines will not stop bleeding. All the prey can do is lie patiently, until succumbing to blood loss.
Yep. Fuck.
Once the prey has bled out, the second type of tendrils come in. They lie below the spine equipped ones. These branches are thick, but very sturdy. They share similar anatomy to the small branches of the crawl, equipped with organelle that absorbs nutrients. These tendrils sense the blood, and move their way to the surface and begin to absorb the vital fluid. Once the blood has been consumed, the tendrils will wrap around the body and begin to shuffle downwards. This movement loosens the soil and slowly pull the body underground.
No.
Once secure, the tendrils will continue to feed until there is nothing but scraps. The nourishment absorbed by the tendrils will be sucked back into the main bulb of the harvester.
That's where fossils come from, y'all.
This bulb houses all the vital organs and the venom glands that pump into the spines. The nutrients are then converted into usable energy. The remains underground decompose, providing a rich soil, causing very prominent plant growth, which then attracts more animals.
Of course it does, man. The cycle of
A
life.
strange behavior the harvester displays is its choice of diet. The spines will only activate on larger animals, allowing smaller ones to pass by unaffected.
That's sweet.
The spines will also not activate on some species of bird. There are a couple theories as to why this happens. One, it could be that attacking smaller animals would cost too much energy for what they get in return, making it not worth the time.
They're kind of smart.
Another could be that smaller animals may attract larger animals or predators, allowing a safe place where prey may thrive, and lure more predators. It truly is
This shit is
astonishing.
smart. Smarter than
Although
my
it is a
ass.
spectacular creature, it is also very dangerous.
Yeah, no
The
shit.
harvester is decently rare, only populating sparse areas in the northern
Oh,
hemisphere
fuck
and
off.
woodland forests.
Leave a
you are
comment
stung
if you
by a
live anywhere
harvester,
near there.
There will be no way of helping you, being that there is no cure, and fatality is 100% positive.
100%. What was that? What was that? No, rewind that. Family attacked. Oh my gosh. Authorities refused to handle the harvester. So the authorities like, bitch, I'm not touching that. Y'all families, if y'all go out in the harvester area, but wait, it can stretch up to 500 feet. So you wouldn't even see it. You'd just be like, what is this shit grabbing on my... like, no, that's sucking. I'm paralyzed. Like, bro, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
The best thing you can do is avoid encountering a harvester in the first place. If you are hiking, take note of any warnings or signs saying that there are harvesters around. If you also notice an abundance of lush, ground-dwelling plants in a forested area, and there are no signs of wildlife, this is suspicious and you should leave the area, staying close to the base of large trees or rocks.
Rocks.
If
I'll
you
stick
find
to
yourself
rocks.
in the middle of a harvester ground, do not panic. Sudden movements may activate the tendrils and will inject you. Although a harvester is rather forgiving, do not risk any skittish movements. Remain calm. If you have any objects with considerable heft, like coats, backpacks, or full water bottles, gently take that object and lightly toss it towards the bulb, and away from your escape route. This will activate the spines on where the object lands, distracting the bulb for a moment. You will then slowly begin to do wide shuffles away from the bulb. If possible, throw another object when you are certain you are a fair enough distance away, just to be safe.
I'd wear like 2 feet tall shoes.
Till you are completely sure you are out of harm's way. You may come out unscathed, but don't be too obnoxious, or you will be a harvester's next meal.
Yay.
Next up is the host.
The host of influence. Okay, hold on a minute. Outside the cave during a time of hardship, lived the island critters. The critters were struggling in the hard time. There was barely any food to go around. They would go and gather whatever they could, blah, blah, blah. Something. Oh boy. So this little kid is about to get his shit. Ow! That's what I'm guessing right now.
The host of influence.
Great.
The host of influence, more commonly referred to as the host, has its name derived from a host who invites guests to an event. Not to be confused with a host, a harborer of parasites or disease. The host is a semi-humanoid looking organism. It has the structure of a head, torso, and arms. Other than this, it shares no other characteristics.
So it's like half mimic, half plant.
The lower half of the host is comprised of a mass of fibrous tissue and tendrils that burrow into the ground to hold the host in place. Instead of skin, the host is covered in muscular tissue fibers, tendons, and veins.
Come on, man.
In some parts of the body are covered
Come
in a meaty
on.
plate, used to cover any large exposed areas, but allowing movement.
I mean, at least
The
they
host
can't
head has a smooth
move.
surface where the face should be, attached to a crooked neck, which houses a slit in the front used for feeding. On the host's back is a mound of pores. Protruding from these pores are hollow, hair-like structures, extending outwards. These hairs are barrels that release spores produced within host's body by being fired into the air. These spores are hazardous, so keep clear of them at all costs.
Okay. Huh? Stop!
Luckily, the host
Stop.
is rare, only found in North America.
Bruh!
Obtaining info about the host is a very risky and daunting task. This is because of their rarity and of how dangerous it is to be up close to one.
Ah. I
The
see.
spores released by a host is very dangerous when inhaled. A host will release a cloud of spores into the air, which will be picked up by wind and carried great distances. If an organism inhales the spores, the particles will find their way into the organism's brain and infect them.
And then
An
what happens to
infected
them?
organism will show no symptoms of infection right away, but a couple hours after infection the infected organism's behavior and thought process will change. The first symptoms that appear are restlessness, sluggish movement, numbness of joints, and lack of coordination.
Ugh.
Then more serious symptoms appear over time.
Like?
These include dizziness, migraines, impaired speech, and trembles. If you, or someone you know show these symptoms, contact poison control or emergency services. After a total
There's
of
nothing
6
they
to
can do.
7 hours after infection, the organism will cease all activities they were previously doing and begin to walk. The direction the infected will walk is towards the host whose spores have been inhaled by the infected individual.
And then
If
that's
the
how they...
infected makes their way to the host, they will kneel down in front of it, expose their vital organs, and the host will promptly gut and remove those organs.
Had a feeling.
The
Had a
host will
feeling.
consume them and discard the leftover scraps.
How about you just
if
lock
an
them in a house?
infected organism doesn't reach the host within a 36-hour span or is treated for their infection, the effects will wear off and return back to normal.
Okay, so if your boy gets... You gotta lock him in a room. That's it. 36 hours, slip him food and water under the door, maybe through a kitty hole. That's it. You're good. Boom. Solved it. Thank you.
If
You're
a
welcome.
host is unable to find prey or doesn't like its current location, it will unroot itself and move to a new
So they...
location. Their scarce numbers and the hazard of being around one makes getting info about the host very daunting. All you need to currently know is that the host is extremely dangerous and should be avoided at all costs. Next,
Trust me, I don't
the monoliths.
plan on going anywhere fucking near it. Pause! Damn! Although one day the critters found the cave while searching for food. Knew that was coming. They found the prince in a trance in his healing sleep. The critters were so awestruck and enchanted by the prince's magic. Ooh, maybe it will be a happy ending for the prince.
The monoliths.
Okay.
The monolith is a very new creature, only showing up in June of 1972.
Where?
In the area of...
Okay, that's up in Canada.
There are only 7 monoliths.
Hi, Canadians.
All of them located in a circular position, 1.5 kilometers
Wait,
in
there are
diameter.
only 7 of them? And they're all in a 1.5 kilometer Is it a diameter?
Diameter. This ring of monoliths surround.
Stop! You're scaring me.
The monolith
Fuck.
is a Titanic-sized being, measuring roughly 120 meters in height.
How tall is
Each
that?
monolith has 2 trunk legs
Oh
that are firmly
my
embedded
gosh!
underground. The legs connect to a torso. The creature itself is made of hundreds of thousands of meaty strands, tightly woven together to form the structure. These strands end at the neck, fusing into a solid mass of hardened flesh in the shape of an upside-down triangle, with a hole in its center. On each side of the monolith where arms would be, there are dozens of long, rope-like appendages. These reach just barely to the ground. At the creature's feet, the strands go deep into the earth and extend horizontally a decent distance away.
I'm struck, bro. I'm speechless.
What the monoliths do is simply stand and do nothing. The only activity documented that the monoliths have done was in. During this period, they were extremely aggressive. When the group of were making their way to the city, the monolith that they had passes roared a deep bellow and swung its appendages at the team, completely wiping them out. When military vehicles were dispatched, once they got close enough top the monolith, it roared another call, this time releasing an EMP blast, completely knocking the vehicles out in the vicinity. Finally, long-distance rockets were fired and struck the creature.
Well, let's see it. Where are we? Oh my gosh, bro. I want to see a rocket hit that thing. Watch, it's gonna go right through the middle and completely miss him.
Although damaged, it regenerated at great speed and resumed its stance unscathed. Eventually, the area has been fenced off and is now restricted to all. Ever since, the monolith stands silently, now only a grand spectacle of awe and mystery, only adding more questions to these meat beings.
That is fucked.
And finally, the last creature on this list is...
The circle? Okay, they need to, I'm sorry for laughing, they need to nuke that entire fucking area, and that will solve the problem. What's it called? The Big Daddy or something? They need to bring that motherfucker out, drop that, and we should be good. Oh, dude, I can't read this. When they argued amongst themselves, who is this creature? Why are they here? Are they dangerous? A thought was thought up. What if this creature could use this magic to help them? If they grow food or heal sickness, they continue to argue and leave about the prince and his magic. In the end, the majority of the critters agreed that the prince was dangerous and his old not be meddled with. Okay, so they're not gonna fuck with him? Question mark?
The singularity is an orb comprised of a dark-colored mineral with hints of luminous colors within its core. The singularity is estimated to be 1 meter in diameter.
Okay.
The orb has several unique qualities that are not well understood. The singularity typically can be found suspended in air by an unseen force. There are also a variety of reading that have been
Why do I got
documented
chills?
coming from the orb itself. Various things like magnetic fields, energy signatures, and other pattern-like signals released by the singularity.
You hear Freddy in the back? Har, har, har. Stop.
The population of these creatures is unknown. Almost all info about the singularity is hidden or confiscated by officials. We were only able to receive one classified document about the singularity being held by...
Okay, I thought they were gonna hit us with that loud-ass beep again. I was getting into it, y'all. Tell me
marvelous
there's...
and majestic world that exists today. It's as extraordinary to have such strange and mysterious beings appear
Tell me there's only one of those fucking orbs. I'm kidding y'all not.
all around us. Thank you for joining us on this journey of exploration and discovery of the lives of these living meat creatures.
Wait, we're not gonna learn more about the orbs? I want to learn more about the orb. Ah. Okay, time for the one that I'm nervous about. This one's called the Mimic Defense Instructional Tape. Now, there are other videos in the Vita Carnis series that if y'all want us to go back and take a look at, we can. But these are like the two main ones that y'all were telling me to check out. So let's see how to deal with these mimics. They were like the third type, right? If I remember correctly. Ah! Got y'all. Got y'all again. Twice in one video. Emergency alert. Emergency alert. Big booty bitches in your area. Lock the doors. They're coming.
As of the time of this video's release, we have been facing a concerning increase of missing persons and fatalities on a global scale.
I wonder why.
The reason for this is because we are under attack.
Yep.
We have discovered that there has been a significant growth of mimic populations, which is threatening public safety.
Yay.
National leaders have released this instructional recording to teach you on how to defend yourself.
Okay.
Here is what you need to know about the threat. Mimics are humanoid, intelligent predators that are highly adaptive and feed solely on human prey.
We know all that.
Mimics gain information on people by watching their daily lives and pick to hunt people when they are most vulnerable.
I didn't know that.
The most common times a mimic will attack is when you
You're
are asleep,
Yep.
that walking alone, or in a cornered position. Mimics are cautious and calculative creatures, taking precautions to ensure a successful hunt. They utilize various tactics to capture a person by surprise.
So do I.
One of the more well-known tactics is hiding itself inside of furniture
Oh,
to
fuck
blend into
you.
its environment.
Fuck you.
Common objects that mimics can hide inside are sofas, recliner.
Bro, that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look at him under the couch springs, y'all. Or no, that's a bed spring. Guys?
Wardrobes, ottomans, and other places a mimic can comfortably
What the
wait.
fuck is an ottoman?
Mimics are able to contort their body in ways that allow them to fit inside smaller places. They also use it to expand their body, making themselves appear larger for intimidation.
Uh-huh.
Another method mimics use to blend in is their ability to put on and wear clothing.
Smart.
Mimics put on layers of shirts, pants, and jackets to hide their bright red skin and blend into densely populated areas. In very rare cases, mimics can develop and grow to look very similar to human beings. Pairing this with clothing, it can be very hard to tell the difference between a mimic and a person right away.
Uh-huh.
If you are unsure if a person is a mimic, look out for key features that may reveal their true form.
Big ass fucking eyes.
Look for abnormal facial features, like large, bulbous eyes, flat noses, wide mouths and an uncanny smile, and clammy skin. Also pay attention to other exposed body parts like hands. Mimic people will have long fingers with no fingernails.
Ew.
If you are unable to see their face or hands, watch their walking pattern. Mimics' legs are long and hunched. Their walking will be unusual and irregular.
Bitches are walking like... like, y'all, it shouldn't be that hard to figure it out, right? Come on now.
Here is what you do if you are met with a mimic. If it stands before you, do not panic.
Uh-huh.
Stand your ground and try to appear larger. Wave your hands and make plenty of noise. Maintain eye contact. A mimic will hesitate to attack a potential.
If y'all were a mimic, you would eat my ass.
If you are armed with a weapon, aim
Don't
for the
think
head
so.
or legs.
I thought they said don't.
These are the best areas to hit to immobilize the threat.
See, we're getting
Fight back
conflicting
and don't let
information.
it get a hold on you. If you find a mimic that hasn't discovered you yet,
Sneak
stay
away.
out of sight.
Yeah.
Call the authorities and alert them of your location.
Uh-huh.
Stay where you are to avoid startling the mimic. If the mimic gives chase, run.
Yep.
Try to get
Shit.
somewhere out of sight and hide. Do not leave the area. Officials will need to locate you to help. Stay low and stay quiet. With the information you have learned, use it well, and stay safe.
I'm gonna try, man, but I've got a feeling I'm not making it out the hood. I'm gonna keep it honest. These things are not a force to be reckoned with, y'all. We're loading up a VHS. Okay. Did you rewind it all the way in the rewinder? think you did. Okay, we're good. Evidence tape. Christopher and Janice observe footage for confidential information. Discard and destroy. Ah, okay. Discard and destroy what?
Got it. Let's see. Yep, it's working.
Okay.
Hey, can we get a move on?
1 sec. Yeah. Okay. Hello.
You only have 30 minutes of tape on that.
Sorry for the coughing.
Just gotta see how it works. Like,
Yeah, well,
I never got to
don't
use
have
one
all
of these.
night.
So who are these people?
Too bad. You were the only person who could film with me, so you're gonna have to put up with it.
Yep.
Fine.
Screw you.
Okay, Kermit.
Screw you.
It's still way too dark. 1 sec.
There we go. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Cold.
So what are we doing? Are we just filming to
There we
film?
go. You got some light now.
There we go, yeah.
But look at that over there. You can't see anything unless I like point directly over there.
Yeah, maybe don't do that. Because there's probably one of those fucking planet
can't see
shits
nothing.
over there.
Are you sure we should be out this late?
Fine. I'll cook you stuff when we get home. Don't worry.
I'm hungry.
How nice of you. What a great boyfriend. I don't even know if they're dating. I'm just guessing. You're hungry? You know who else is probably really hungry right now? One of those damn mimics. Come on now. Because that's what's going to be showing up, right? This isn't just a normal-ass walk. We wouldn't be watching this for no reason. He's just going to keep filming the walk? Bro, if you're trying to make it in vlogging, man, this is not going to work.
Wait. Ah, shit.
What the hell was that?
Right, but it still turns off and on randomly for some reason.
Nope.
Like, it's the best thing I could get my hands on, though.
Did y'all see that blue
Turning
light?
on and off, but it's the only thing that they would give me.
Okay.
It works, though. I just gotta watch.
This is gnarly.
It's not my fault this guy lives in a fucking dump. We're almost there. We just gotta get through the woods.
Why? Whose house are y'all going to?
You see it, though? Hopefully I show up on camera, though.
I need an answer.
Hopefully there are lights out there.
Oh, look at all the shrubbery.
There, right? Can't be that bad.
Pretty dark to me.
Okay. Remember what they said about the
It was
plants.
just one guy. I don't know why. Like, why would they get rid of everything?
Evidence? Did you say evidence?
Dogs barking are never a good sign.
No.
I'm just trying to say hi, man.
The sky looks nice.
Oh, yeah, it
Can't
does.
capture it.
Yeah, I can see it very well.
Supposedly, they found some guy. Like, it was like a grody scene. Like, it was disgusting.
Roadie?
Like they had to get rid of the trailer he was in, and then like they didn't let anyone nearby, and it was like this big conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm filming that.
You're
Hopefully,
so
I get a good mark
smart.
for it.
You're so smart. I just want to applaud you really quick. What a
There we
great
go, we're getting
idea.
close.
You know, normally when the government, like, blocks shit off from just average citizens going there, it's either to hide aliens or you'll die if you go there. And for once in our lives, the government actually wants to keep us safe. So, I don't know what the fuck this guy's doing. It's probably going to be a mix of both tonight. The alien fucking Vita Carnis shit and death. Remember at the beginning of the episode when I was grossed out by those little bug things? That was the least of our fucking worries, man.
I know where we're going.
Yeah, we're almost there. We're on the road. We're right next to it. Like, it's literally up there.
Okay.
Up there. Alright,
Come
bro.
on. It's not too late yet.
Hungry.
It's getting pretty dark. We
That's
know
alright.
you're hungry.
Yeah?
You've
Still
told...
hungry.
Okay, got it. Hungry. Keep walking. You'll be hungry for a little while longer.
Okay, we're almost there. It'll be like 5 minutes. 5 minutes, okay? You go ahead. You can't see a thing.
What? Oh, yeah, let the lady go first. What a gentleman.
Where am I even going?
Just up here.
He's trying to
Should
get
be a
her
path.
eaten.
Right there, yeah.
He brought
right
a
here.
great snack for this mimic, bro. See,
Yo, look at this. I didn't see this on my way over here last time.
last time. So you've been here before?
It's cool. Like, we could get a shot of this in, like, atmosphere, you know?
It just looks like tetanus to me.
Hold till,
She ain't lying.
let me get a good lighting on that.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, look at that. That's cool.
Oh, whoa. It's an old fucking, what is that, a
Old stuff
beetle?
as well.
VW? Something like that. I'm not good with cars, so don't hate me, guys. That could be a fucking Corvette. Be like, oh, that's cool.
This is where everyone was. There's no one here now, though. Not a single building in sight.
They probably tore it all
Way
down.
over there. But
So y'all
there's
walked
no one here.
all the way out there for
Strangest thing.
nothing?
This is the spot.
Uh-huh.
Right here. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's
thing.
nothing here.
Okay. So you take the camera and the light. Point it at me, but don't point it in my eyes, please.
Okay.
Make sure.
See it. What's up, my boy? Got the fit on.
Like
Shit.
a barf bag.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Scares here. I don't know why that reminded me of that, bro.
Alright, give me a second.
Alright.
And we do a little read.
Cannot. You're gonna have to speak up, man.
Okay. You're 19.
Confidential.
Coming home from the trailer one late night.
Well, I can kind of still hear it.
We found a grisly scene.
Found a grizzly. Something like that. That's all I can make out.
His father, that he came home to, was found dead. The grisly scene lies before him. Police were called. They came to investigate. Strange thing, though, they immediately closed off everything.
Father came home found dead.
No one was allowed near, but only a few witnesses saw what truly happened there. For some reason, the police were acting very weird, trying to keep everyone away and telling little information.
Police are keeping
When
everyone
the
away.
information was released to the public, they say it was a suicide. Although, the trailer and most people living nearby moved away pretty much immediately.
Okay. Didn't hear that, but
Police say it was a suicide, but the witnesses that did catch an eye of what happened say the scene was much too grisly to be that. But police haven't come out about anything yet. So that's why I'm here to answer what truly happened. And that's it for now.
You said grizzly way too much.
What?
yeah, he did. So he was saying that the police ruled it a suicide, but the witnesses were saying that the death was too grisly for it to be a suicide. So sounds like the police are covering something.
Grizzly way too much.
Too much?
Yeah.
Okay, should I retry?
No.
Sure.
Okay.
No. It was good.
Alright, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, why is it rolling? Did you catch that?
Oh.
30 minutes to film, and yet you screwed it. I needed someone to film.
Oh, she didn't film it.
No hard feelings, okay?
Okay.
It's pretty scary out here. I know. I understand. Yeah, because, like, back there was the perfect time for a serial killer to just jump out and grab us, you know?
Cut it out.
What? Yeah,
Say
why are you
have it.
saying that? He's gonna spawn it in.
Chris? Chris?
Yo,
Where are
Chris.
you? Chris! Come on!
Chris.
This isn't funny!
Chris.
I just want to go home, come on!
Chris.
Fine. I guess I'm going home without you.
Bye, Chris.
I'm old, tired, and hungry. If you want to stay out here and play games, you can.
I'm gonna go home and eat, Chris. Damn, Chris actually might be dead. And I guess she's just gonna keep walking, because what else can you do? She's got the Converse on. Middle of the woods, middle of the night. I thought I heard something. Well, that's her breathing. I was like, at breath, bro. Alright.
Chris? What are you doing? Because this isn't funny.
Chris? That's not Chris. That was one of those damn mimics. Interesting. Oh my gosh. That scared the shit out of me, bro. Oh my gosh. You don't need to be doing that. I mean, you do, but not in my ear. Not in my precious little ear. Okay, stop. That mimic was chilling over by that car. I'm surprised he didn't jump out and get him in the first place. Did she make it all the way back home? Whose house is... Hell nah! Hell... What the fuck? Okay, hold on. We got another page in the story. The critters led the prince out of the cave to the top of the hill. The prince had laid buried under and showed them the forest. This is our home full of wonder and beauty. Although the forest struggles to provide for us critters and we are facing disaster, can you help us? Maybe this is the origin story of Vita Carnis? Because they said they're struggling with, like, trying to provide, and that thing would definitely help. Maybe? I don't know, but what the fuck did we just watch? Okay, y'all, that's gonna do it for now for Vita Carnis. I hope y'all enjoyed. I'll leave a link to the YouTube channel down in the description below if y'all want to go check it out for yourself. That was a treat, and I now know why y'all were asking me to watch it so much. Whew. Those mimics, man, they were not playing around with that mimic design. And then the end, so I'm guessing both the girl and the dude got, right? In the end, secret double handshake. Let me know your thoughts and your little conspiracy theories maybe down in the comments below. Anyway, remember that you can do anything you put your minds to. I believe in you. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video. Peace!